My top 5
actually
most
would
powerful
temporarily
offensive
create a
spells
gap in
part to drop your
flames
rankings
to
in the
allow
comments.
safe passage through. The reason I rank this higher than the other two is because it can be controlled in a quick offensive manner. Also, it can damage large amounts of targets quickly, just like Dumbledore showed in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. A quote from that book is as follows: "But then, through the darkness, fire erupted, crimson and gold, a ring of fire that surrounded the rock so that the Inferi holding Harry so tightly stumbled and faltered. Dumbledore was on his feet again, pale as any of the surrounding Inferi, but taller than any two, the fire dancing in his eyes. His wand was raised like a torch. From its tip emanated the flames, like a vast lasso encircling them all with warmth." Number 2, Fiendfire. Fiendfire was a curse that produced enchanted flames of immense size and heat that were capable of destroying nearly anything in its path. This would take the form of gigantic fiery beasts such as serpents, chimeras, dragons, birds of prey that seek out living targets. The curse was advanced dark magic, and it was one of the few known substances capable of killing Horcruxes. Voldemort himself used this spell in the duel with Dumbledore in the Ministry. Also, Crabbe used it in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. The issue with the spell is that it's very difficult to control, but when it can be controlled, it's a very
If you would like to know
powerful
more about spells,
offensive
subscribe to
weapon.
Chase
Here's a
and Josh.
passage
Fact or
from Harry
Fantasy
Potter and the Deathly
podcast link in the
Hallows.
bio.
It was not normal fire. Crabbe had used a curse of which Harry had no knowledge. As they turned a corner, the flames chased them as though they were alive, sentient, intent upon killing them. Now the fire was mutating, forming a gigantic pack of fiery beasts. Flaming serpents, chimeras, and dragons rose and fell and rose again. For that reason, and how much of a mass area it can attack, Fiendfire I put as number 2. Number 1, Protego Diabolica. Protego Diabolica was an incantation of a powerful dark charm that allowed the user to create a protective ring of black fire around them that completely incinerated enemies of the caster who came into contact with it, while leaving their allies unharmed. It's similar to Fiendfire, but it is a different spell. Actually, you can see this spell performed by Gellert Grindelwald in The Crimes Against Grindelwald. Why this is also so powerful is it can be controlled. It can be used like a weapon.